So for many of us, jobs, they're necessary. They can be challenging to get and challenging to get the most out of.
Take the secrets of salary negotiations. That's one of several topics up for discussion during a special 5-week series, which starts later on this month.
From Omaha Career Networking, Jeff Quant and Larry Humberstone, thanks for stopping by this morning.
Nice to meet you, Larry,
You
and welcome back.
You dress up your dogs? Do you guys have dogs that you dress up?
I got a dog. We're not dressing her up.
My dog dresses me.
Well done today. I like the jacket.
The dog has good taste. All right, in a nutshell, what's this series about?
Well, the job market has changed, and back in 2008, we all know what happened then. The economy went bust, and people are still looking for jobs the same way they always did, but employers have taken a whole new approach to how they look for people.
I know one of the topics you'll cover in this series, right? Google. Here, I've got it here. Google is your new resume.
Yes.
And what do you mean by it?
Well, it's basically how companies actually go about trying to find help sometimes, and also qualify some of those candidates. They'll take and do a Google search. So anybody that is serious about looking for work has to do a Google search on themselves, so they understand how they're found, how they're being presented, and what's actually being said about them.
There's no question about it. Employers search Google to learn more about those candidates.
I have some other topics here. So what else are you covering? Because I think a lot of these lessons are priceless, no matter what age you are and no matter where you are, whether you're looking for a job or trying to get the most out of the one you have. What about the other topics?
We're focused also on the interview process itself. And a lot of people, when they're looking for a job, it's, I got to have a job.
Yeah.
And
you're calling it 16 job interview tips that will ensure you're the best candidate. Give us one of those 16.
It's researching the client and matching your skills to what the client's looking for. It's also determining whether or not you really want to work for that company. So many times when we're looking for a job, it's about collecting a paycheck, and in reality, you have the same decision to make as the employer does.
Well, yeah. How many times do you get that new job, and then they just don't like working for the company? They last a year, and then they move on to the next job.
Absolutely.
What are the secrets of salary negotiations? Mike and I could use this one. We just walk into a room and go, "Am I doing a good enough job? Would you pay me more? No? Okay."
Well,
Not really, but kind of.
It's one of those things where you have to do the research about the position that you're actually applying for. And you go in there with a salary range in mind and understand what the responsibilities are. So generally, as a candidate, you don't bring up salary in any part of the negotiations or the interview process. If they open up the door, that's when you have to be prepared for it. Don't be blindsided
What
by
if you
that
already
question.
have a job and you feel like you've proven yourself and you're worth a little more money than you're earning at the time? How do you have that conversation with your manager?
well, you have to look at where you stand within the company, what you've accomplished, the responsibilities that you've taken on. If those responsibilities have changed since your last salary negotiation, you have to make management aware of that.
Because sometimes they don't understand what you've been up to.
Yeah, and like you said, you have to make sure that that job that you're doing is competitive with other similar jobs. You can't be making a lot more for that job than other similar positions.
Why are you doing this? What's the impetus for you?
Well, it's actually an idea Larry came up with. He comes in and maybe once or twice a year actually does a single session. But he said, you know, I really want to give more and let people understand it a little bit more.
And there's 5 sessions here. Why should people attend all 5 sessions?
It isn't necessary to attend all 5, but there's continuity to it, and we take them through the steps. First of all, the whole employer approach to things. Next is getting ready for the interview. And it's a series, so if you want the full benefit, you go to all 5.
So here it is. Starts January 27th. The series continues on through February 24th. All sessions at Christ Community Church. The phone number there, in case you have any questions at all. There is a deadline for registration.
Right.
When is it?
We have a deadline of next week, the 23rd.
Great. Well, they have to know you're coming. That's
Yeah,
the
and
bottom
there's no
line.
cost to this at all. It's just that we need to know numbers so that we can plan properly for the space.
I love the theme of today's show. We've got this. We were talking about Omaha earlier. It's good stuff, guys. Thanks for coming in today.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate it. All right, it's not